In today's Athlete Spotlight video, I'll be talking with men's cross-country runner Aiden Vrazel. Aiden is a freshman runner from Atlanta, Georgia, who has a lot of inspiring stories and special talents aside from athletics. Today, we'll talk about his background and what he likes to do off of the course. All right, Aiden, so to begin, let's talk about how you found your love and passion for running. So in high school, you had a couple of setbacks. I know you were dealing with some lower body injuries. You didn't even have a track season your senior year of high school. So talk about your journey in running up until coming to Young Harris.
So yeah, I started running in 6th grade. That was kind of when it all started. I did a bunch of sports growing up, like basketball and soccer and stuff. Wasn't particularly good at any of them, but my mom was like, you should try this running thing, and kind of stuck with me because the main thing was kind of determination and just running. So that's kind of when I started. Ran all throughout middle school, but high school is really when I started facing a lot of, I guess, setbacks. I faced a lot of injuries and stuff, but I feel like they kind of helped develop the runner I was, because over time, I figured out, how to better train and handle, injuries and stuff as they came up as I was running. And I really developed a passion, I would say, going into my sophomore year, was when it really took off, and I was knew that it was something I wanted to do. Yeah, and in high school, that's probably when you started talking to Coach Matt Logan, who you said that you really love and is a big reason of why you're here. When we had talked before, it stood out to me when you said that he really develops his runners as people. So if you could talk about your relationship in high school through the recruiting process and now being an athlete of his for this semester. Yeah, so I guess it was the end of my junior year when I started talking to coaches, and specifically Coach Logan. And what really stood out to me is that he had what I think was a good balance of wanting to win, having a winning mentality, and also wanting to develop his runners, like I said, as people, because he really cares about us. He really cares about our faith journeys and about who we are as people and all those kinds of things. You just talk to him and you can see that he has a lot of care as a person, and also along with that, he's a funny guy, and a nice guy. So he just kind of had that perfect mix for me, that I'm gonna enjoy talking to this guy, I'm gonna enjoy being here, but he's a winner. He's got the winning mentality, and I want to be a winner. I came here to win, and that's what I want to do. I want to be a part of a team that's going to accomplish great things. So
yeah, I love that. And now talking a little bit about your team and your teammates, you had said that your high school team had a really close-knit, family atmosphere, and that's what you were looking for when you were looking for a college team, and it looks like you found just that. Talk about the team chemistry and the atmosphere of not only the men's team, but the men's and women's team together too.
Yeah, so the chemistry here, it's incredible, just like it was in high school, and I would say honestly a lot better, because there's more so a few people were close in high school, but really everybody's close here. We all care about each other. We always check up on each other. All of our individual lives, all of our individual faith lives, and all those are important to each other. All the guys especially really care about each other. And then I would say that obviously the guys don't hang out with maybe the girls team as much as they do with each other, but the whole team still does stuff together all the time. We're hanging out all the time. We spend all of our free time really together as well, for the most part, on campus. So it's just a really close-knit group that, if somebody seemed off for a day, somebody else on the team would know. That's just how close-knit of a group we are. We really care about each other, and that's just, I'm really grateful that we have that kind of a close-knit kind of team here.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you mentioned faith. So when we had talked before, you had mentioned that on Thursdays, you guys get together as part of a Bible study group and really just dive into the Word. So talk about how you've grown in your faith with your team and individually as being a part of these groups.
Yeah, so we have a Thursday night Bible study. So we'll have that tonight, actually. And we just have a kind of, I guess, low-key, chill Bible study with the team. But it's just a great environment for our team to just grow together, to grow as in our faith. And like I said, we grow together in our faith, whether it's in that or not. But then just personally, faith has always been a big part of my life. So growing up in the Catholic family, it's always been important to me, going to church every Sunday and trying to live in a way in which I'm bringing glory to God through everything that I do, whether it be, on the cross-country course, out in the world, or through school or academics or whatever I do. So.
Yeah, and you said you're growing up in the Catholic faith. You sing in the choir back at home. It sounds like you have a lot of musical talent. So talk about your home life, growing up in Catholicism, and again, singing in the choir, just those kinds of activities outside of athletics.
Yeah, just really important to me growing up, you know, that faith environment in the home. I was blessed to come from a very caring family, had 5 siblings. You know, we all really cared about each other. My parents really instilled that faith in me from a young age. And my dad, one of the biggest things he would always stress growing up was the idea of when you ever handle pain or adversity, to offer it up as a prayer. So that's really been a big part of my life. And I think, you know, how I've overcome a lot of adversities, injuries, all those kinds of things all throughout high school and whatnot is, you know, that he taught me this idea of, like, you know, when you face hard things in your life, you offer it up as a prayer for others who are suffering. And I think, you know, uniting our suffering to Christ is, you know, is really important. And so that was a big part of my life growing up with the Catholic family and those values that they instilled in me. And I think that that's carried on to, you know, who I am today.
Yeah, that's a really inspiring mindset to have in life, not just, you know, using it as a runner on the cross-country course, but just to go through life with that mindset. So again, mentioning outside of athletics, it sounds like you came from a really musically talented family. You and all 5 of your siblings play instruments. You said that you have a whole room dedicated to instruments in your house. So what made you pick up the guitar and start playing?
Yeah, so I mean, we've all, I guess, played musical instruments since we were little. Took piano lessons, you know, most of my siblings did when we were little. So I did that. I didn't really like piano lessons too much, even though I picked up the instrument a little bit more later, but guitar was really, I guess, 8th grade. I picked up guitar, really enjoyed it just because it's nice and easy to carry around, and, you know, it's just a nice stress reliever for me. And then obviously, you know, I also played drums as well, actually. And,
wow, okay.
That was at church, so, you know, there was a lot of that music aspect in church as well, but, like, and then a family aspect as well, because, you know, we all played music, and so, like, I can go back home and I can play music with my siblings, you know, because we all play. And then the room, yeah, it's like a old carport, and it got turned into a playroom when we were little, and then it got converted, you know, once we got older, once the kids got older, my dad converted it into a music room. So it's soundproof and everything from the rest of the house. Got drums, keyboard, all that. So, you know, that was kind of a big part of, I guess, my, like, later childhood as well, as having that room and kind of central to my family life.
Absolutely. You don't really hear of a lot of athletes that have these awesome and, like, cool hobbies, like playing the guitar and just having a musically talented family. That's so awesome. So thank you so much for being a part of the Athlete Spotlight video. We are so excited to see more of your successes on and off the course this year. Make sure to catch Aiden and the rest of the men's cross country team as they compete in the NCAA Southeast Regional on November 9th.